Hey, what's up, everyone? It's Swiper, aka Jamie, aka Beyonce, back again, and I have a story for you guys. Stories are kind of something that I always want to do on the channel, but I started out doing other things just to kind of explore and see what's out there. But yeah, for the first story, kind of want to tell a little bit about my cruising experience. So, a little background. Me and my family have been going on cruises for probably like 4 or 5 years. Like, we go on a cruise every once in a while, and it's a lot of fun actually. Going out, seeing beautiful places, and then just eating way too much is always good fun. So, to start off, we'll start with the beginning of the day. I'll always, kind of like a last minute packer, I'll wait till the night before at roughly like 10 or 11 o'clock, and I'll start putting things together because I'm like, oh yeah, I'm actually leaving somewhere tomorrow and I might need some stuff. So I throw a bunch of stuff in a bag, put it away, go to sleep. Wake up the next morning, my dad's trying to like get things organized, make sure we have everything that we need before we go. And he tells me and my brother to make sure we have our ID just in case they ask for it, because we were like 16 or 17 at the time, and before previously we had been minors. I guess 16 is still a minor, but bigger minor, so I don't know. We grabbed our IDs, made sure we had that, and any other documents that we might need, and we get in the car. So this is where I kind of get a little bit fuzzy, because every airport experience I've had is terrible, and almost everyone. Not a lot of, not, actually, yeah, most of them. The ones that weren't terrible were the ones we were actually on time, but that is very rare because I have no idea why we just like lose track of time doing nothing. We literally like sit in the house and like wait for each other, but we're waiting on somebody else who's waiting on somebody else who's waiting, and so we're all just sitting around looking at each other, and we'd be like, oh, we're all ready, like why did we go? And so we ended up getting to the airport late. Checking in late, like trying to go to security, just like, look, come on, let's go. Like, take off everything, put everything back on, let's go. So we end up getting on the plane, we get off. We do have our luggage. There was a time that we didn't, but this was not that time, thank goodness, because we would have other bad juju, karma, whatever, to happen later on. So we ended up taking a taxi or some kind of charter to the port, which was Fort Lauderdale, I believe. And as soon as we get there, we give our luggage to like the people who work with the ship, and they take it on, blah blah blah. So we're trying to get our documentation for the ship, because you get like a little sea pass that acts as like your room key, and you can pay for stuff that way. But before we can do that, we have to make sure that we go through security again. And this time they actually check your documentation to make sure you're not like a legal immigrant or something, like not an undocumented citizen, pretty much trying to get to another country. So my dad hands the guy working at the kiosk his ID, his passport. They dab each other up, they walk their separate ways. Mom does the same thing, dab each other up, passport, ID, whatever. So I walk up, I put my ID down, and it's almost like I put my hand out like, come on, dab me up, let's go. He just looked at me like, you got a passport? No, but my wonderful dad has my birth certificate. As my dad almost always has our birth certificate cards. So, I look at my dad. My dad looks back at me, and he has like the blankest look on his face. It's like when you wake up in the middle of the night and you know that you forgot something, and you know it's too late to do it. So you're kind of just sitting there like, and that look, I automatically knew something was wrong. So I'm like looking at him, I look at my mom, look back at him, I'm like, this has to be a joke. Like, I don't have those cards. And my dad's like, you don't have it? I'm like, why would I have that? So then he looks at my brother, and my brother has like an even more clueless expression, which is like, what? The guy like looks at all of us. He clearly understands the situation, and he's like, all right, you guys come with me. So we end up getting taken to pretty much timeout. Like, no, he takes us to a room where there's like nobody else, And this room is about as big as an airport terminal, so you'd think there'd be like more people there because like people have trouble like checking in. But we were the only 5 people in that room. And it was like, I was slightly embarrassed, but also just more fearful that we weren't going to get on the ship. Because cruising, it does cost a bit of money depending on like which line you go on. Not that I was paying, but I still feel for that because it's like, it's my vacation too. So I'm like, oh no, like we gotta get out this ship in any way possible. So I'm like looking at the nearest exits thinking like, can I go now? Can I go now? Like, I'm gonna dash real fast. Like, what can I do? What can I do to get on this ship? Of course I wouldn't do that, but I was thinking like, what is the quickest way to get on the ship and how can I do it? So he ends up sending us all down into this room, and he's talking to my mom and dad trying to get like some kind of solution. So he's like, do you guys have a picture of it on your phones or something? And it's like, we would not have something with like sensitive information, just like a picture on your phone that go up to the cloud and somebody could easily just yeet that right out. So no, we don't have that. And he's like, well, can somebody like take a picture of it? And I was thinking like, oh, like I have like pretty much my whole squad is like the houses surrounding me in my neighborhood. And I'm like, oh, we could go get like our friend to go get it. Like she lives like across the street. And not out no line, she's like, no, we can't do that. I'm like, why not? She's like, the house is a mess. We cannot do that. I'm like, there are thousands of dollars on the line, and you're going to stop that because the house is a mess. Like, given, I kind of understand because the house was a mess, but I would have been like, I would have opened the golden gates. Like, here, girl, here's the key. This is the code. Like, go ahead, take the pictures, and we'll be on our way. I'm like, nah, we're not doing that. So instead, she thinks of like calling her sister, who lives 30 minutes away, and we have like roughly 45 minutes to an hour to get on the boat. So I already knew like this was gonna be, if we were gonna make it on the ship, it was gonna be down to the very last moment. So she calls her up. She's like, hey, where are you right now? I'm at my house. Like, why? Aren't y'all on the ship? Well, we're trying to get on the ship, but Jamie and Christian don't have their birth certificates, so we can't get on. So either we're leaving them or we need their birth certificates. And I was kind of like, you're not leaving me. Like, I'm gonna get in the suitcase or something, get on your back, we're gonna run, we're gonna do something, you're not leaving me. So of course you were kidding, but I was still like, like, you think you're gonna leave me? Nah, dude. But I was like, I'm gonna get those birth certificates. Can you drive down to my house real quick? And there was like, I could tell there was like a little bit of silence on the phone. Like, I couldn't hear the conversation, but I noticed exactly how it went down. Because like, I read lips okay. Like, pretty okay. So she agreed to go down there, but it was right around like 3 or 4 o'clock, and there's traffic, and we live near a big city, so traffic's like extra bad. Not LA bad, but like you're gonna be sitting there for a while bad. So she like was trying to get ready to go as fast as she can, like get in the car and go. So as we're just sitting there like twiddling our thumbs, I'm like, you know what? I'm not stressing over this. I can't do nothing about this. So I pull out my PSP to start playing a game, like trying to get this off my mind. Because once I start thinking about stuff, I like, start stressing out. Like, I could already see like my parents are stressing out a little bit. We all kind of pace a little bit. So I feel like especially my dad was, he was like hardcore pacing. Like, you know, normal pace, you kind of just like walk around, like, little snap, whatever. My dad was like it was some hardcore pace. Like, if there was a wall this way, he'd probably walk right through it. So about 30 minutes of wearing the floor down into a hole later, my aunt calls back. She's like, all right, I'm at your house, so what do I do now? So mom like helps her get into the house and tells her like go to where their certificates are, and there's like a whole bunch of stuff in that room. So she's like rummaging through it, trying to find her way down there, and she ends up finding the certificates, thank the Lord. So she takes a picture of them and sends it, and my mom was like, all right, here they are. So the guy looks at him like, all right, I see 2 for Christian. And then I was like, oh god. So she calls her back, be like, hey, you haven't left yet, right? She's like, no, thank God, because I know if it was me, I'd be like, all right, 2 pictures, done, and that would have been it. But she's like, no, I haven't left. Like, she's like, you took 2 of Christian's, you gotta take 1 of Jamie's. So like, oh, okay. So it takes it, she shows it to the guy, and we're able to go through. So after that, we go to the actual, like, this is where the place where the registration actually starts for the boat, where you get your, like, sea pass. So we get into that line, which takes, like, 20, 15 minutes, depending on how rowdy the customers are, because some of them will literally, like, yell at the people, and they'll just be like, I can't do anything about this. Like, you probably left some kind of documentation that you needed, and you didn't bring it, so you just gonna have to, like, get out the line, please. I got other people to talk to. We ended up getting through that, thank the Lord, and we ended up getting on the boat and getting into our room. It was, ooh, what a great way to start off your vacation. And I will, like, not forget that for a long, long, long time. Like, now every time that we go on vacation, we double, triple check, like, make sure we got the right kind of documentation and everything. Like, forgetting, like, clothes or something, no big deal. But forgetting that, there's, like, only one thing, or a few things, like your passport or whatever, that can prove that you are who you are, but after that, it's like, can't help you. So, moral of the story is, don't trust your dad with, no. The moral of the story is, make sure you double check that you got your IDs and stuff, and make sure you have somebody that lives near you that could take a picture of those IDs when you forget. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed the story. I'll have more stories like this coming out soon, I hope. If not, you can catch me on my Twitch channel. The link is in the description below, so you don't have to type it. I know y'all are lazy because I'm lazy. And I'll be streaming Fortnite, maybe a little bit of My Hero in between, and I also want to stream Kingdom Hearts when it comes out. So that'll be fun for all you Kingdom Hearts fans. We'll all be confused with the lore together. And you can also check out my social medias. I'm most on Twitter most of the time, or I'm on Twitter most of the time, so you can catch up with whatever I'm looking at. I tweet out videos and stuff every once in a while if you want to keep up with that, and just tweet to other creators and stuff that you should go check out, because we're all here to support each other. So yeah, that's pretty much all I gotta say. I'll see you guys next time. Bye. This is a editor's note. I just forgot to say earlier that speaking to the camera is a little bit hard for me. Just because I'm kind of a shy person, like, you know, the saying, cat got your tongue. I wish that's how it felt. It feels more like cat got me in a chokehold, you know, so it'll get better as videos go on, so, you know, we can kind of grow together, you know. You challenge yourself throughout the year. Come back and see me challenge myself to try and speak. And yeah, that's about it for my notes. So, bye.